We often ask ourselves, why did this have to happen to me? In happy times, we sometimes grow proud and forget the one who gave us those blessings. In painful moments, we feel broken and question everything. But the truth is, only time reveals what is truly good or bad. To understand this, let me share a story with you. At the foot of a green hill, near a thick forest, there was a small village. In that village lived a simple, middle-aged man named Mr. Thomas. He didn't own much, and every day was a struggle to provide. For Thomas, being able to eat 2 meals a day was already a blessing. Yet, despite his poverty, he was different from others. He never complained. He remained calm and grateful for whatever he had. Mr. Thomas owned a small plot of land where he worked hard to grow crops. Helping him was his only son, David, and their loyal white horse, Storm. But Storm wasn't like other horses. He was sharp, fast, and hardworking. For Thomas and David, Storm was more than just an animal, he was family. One day, word about Storm's beauty and intelligence reached a wealthy businessman from the city, Mr. Wilson. Curious, he came to the village with his son. When he saw Storm, he was stunned. Immediately, he offered Thomas a large amount of money to buy him. But Thomas politely refused. The villagers shook their heads. "Thomas is foolish," they whispered. He turned down a fortune. Not long after, something unexpected happened. One morning, the entire village woke up to surprising news. Storm was gone. His stable was empty, and no one knew where he had gone. Mr. Thomas and his son David searched everywhere, through the fields, along the forest edge, but Storm was nowhere to be found. The villagers wasted no time in mocking him. "See, Thomas didn't deserve such a fine horse," some said. "If he had sold him to Mr. Wilson, at least he would have been rich." Others whispered, "Maybe Wilson's men stole him." David was deeply upset. He sat beside his father and said, "Dad, we lost something so important. Why are you so calm? Don't you feel sad?" But Mr. Thomas simply smiled and replied, "My son, we must not be quick to judge. What seems bad today may turn out to be good tomorrow. Let time reveal its truth." David didn't really understand his father's words. He thought maybe Thomas was hiding his sorrow. Yet, a few days later, something extraordinary happened. As Thomas and David were working in their field, they saw a sight that left them speechless. Storm had returned, and he wasn't alone. Running behind him were 5 wild horses, strong and untamed. The villagers who had laughed before were now stunned. "Thomas is so lucky," they exclaimed. Losing 1 horse brought him back 6. What fortune! But Thomas remained calm, his face steady as ever. "Perhaps Storm simply went to find his herd," he said. David noticed his father's calmness once again. No pride, no excitement, just peace. With the arrival of the wild horses, David worked hard every day to tame them. He fed them, trained them, and tried to make them useful for farm work. But one afternoon, as he was riding one of the wild horses, it suddenly threw him to the ground. David fell badly and broke his leg. The news spread quickly. Once again, the villagers began whispering, "These horses have brought nothing but trouble. Thomas should never have kept them," they said. In pain, David cried to his father, "This time, something truly bad has happened." But Thomas, calm as always, answered, "Good or bad, we cannot decide so quickly. Time will tell." David shook his head, unable to understand. The pain in his leg clouded his thoughts. Just a week later, the unexpected happened. A war broke out in the country. Soldiers came to the village, forcing every young man to join the army. Families wept as their sons were taken away. But David was left behind. His broken leg spared him from being taken to the battlefield. Months passed. Many of the boys never returned. The village was filled with grief. Parents mourned their sons. People came to Thomas in tears. "You are fortunate, Thomas. Your son was saved, but we lost ours." Sitting beside David, Thomas said gently, "Do you see, my son? Losing Storm seemed bad, yet it brought us more. Breaking your leg seemed painful, but it saved your life. Nothing is simply good or bad. Only time shows us the truth." And so, the real lesson is this: whatever happens in life, joy or sorrow, accept it with patience. Everything passes, and everything has meaning in its time.